Do you want to start photography, but it feels like it's too complicated? What if there was a way to make it much easier? What if someone who doesn't know anything about photography can become an expert with coaching from a professional photographer with over 20 years of experience? On this show, that's exactly what we are going to do. Follow Maria Jose and her photography journey, where I take her from a complete beginner to a fantastic photographer. I am Ranieri Pallavicini, and this is Light Camera Confidence, a beginner's journey to content creation. Episode number 1, and I am here with this beautiful young lady, Maria.
Thank you so much for having me here today, Ranieri. It's an honor. How
Thank
are you today?
Very good, very good, very good. Excited for our new show, camera show. And what is this show about? Let me tell you guys a little bit about the show. So this show is going to be about learning, everything about learning. I know so far what I learned from you, what I heard from you, is that you love photography, but you don't have any camera now. And what kind of photography you like? What kind of photography do you like?
I don't have a bias, but the first thing that comes to mind would be landscape photography.
Okay.
Yeah, I know many people would say this, but the reason I think I like it, it's because you know how hard it is for some people sometimes to go to a specific place and see the beauty of it. And you can show that, take a piece of the world to people via a shot. And I think that's beautiful. I
have the feeling that it just capturing that time. And then when you, of course, leave that place and you're in your house or showing friends or whatever, and you go back in time, you see that picture and you're like, wow, I really captured that moment. And, you know, whatever that moment was, right? A sunrise, sunset, during the day, whatever that moment was, just freezing that moment in time. So my name is Ranieri Pallavicini, and I am here again to help. Any questions or suggestions for this episode, please put it in the notes in the chat. But mainly, we are here for Maria. And Maria, I'm going to try to help you as much as you can this little journey in photography. So I'm going to teach you probably the basics of photography so you can apply those basics and go out there and try the best you can and try to put in practice what you learn here in the show. So without further ado, I have a surprise for you.
What do you mean you have a surprise?
So I have this for you, and so it's not a gift. We're gonna let you borrow this camera, but at least you get to take this camera home. This is for you, so you can try it out. And yes, this is a A7 camera, A7 IV. I know I never promised you anything of that, but I know that you don't have a camera, so we managed to find this so you can get to practice and practice.
I'm speechless. Honestly, thank you so much. I wasn't expecting this at all.
No worries. So this is the A7 camera, A7 IV. And so if you don't mind, we're gonna get to open the camera and I'm gonna try to teach you the very, very basics. So to put the memory card in the camera, to turn it on. Do you like the camera? I know you haven't seen it yet.
No. I don't need to see it. I love it.
Awesome. So this is the cable. This cable, basically, you can transfer the pictures to your computer with that cable, whatever you take pictures or videos. Also, you can get to charge the camera with that cable as well. This case, for everybody else, if you get a new camera, just trying to register, and if you can register as soon as you get it, I think it's within the month, you double your warranty, okay? So in this case, don't worry about that for you. And there you go. So you can just grab your camera and try to get it out. Yeah.
Okay. This is my first unboxing, so please be patient with me.
So that's the lens. This is I'm gonna show you how to put all of that. And let's take, well, this is the charger, this is the battery, and basically that's about it. So yes, this is the camera. So this is your charger here. This is what I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
And this is the battery. The battery, I don't think, let's try it out. So let's open this up here. And you know, you gotta see where, yeah, exactly. This goes in, no, goes out, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Like this?
No, like this. So like this, and you put it in there. So go ahead. There you go. Click it. Now close it, and there you go. So now we have our battery in there. Let's try to put the lens. So on the lens, I'll show you. This is the hood, and I'm gonna tell you what is that for. On the lens, we do have a white dot on the lens here, right? So trying to keep it as close as you can so the dust doesn't come in. The same thing with the sensor. So when you put the lens, on the camera, just make sure you put it this way. So the actual dust, if you do it like that and open this, the lens, the sensor is exposed and you get dust. So trying to do it that way, okay? So you see the dust
like
won't
facing
get
down.
facing down. Now check this out. The white dot, with the white dot, you place it in there and you don't have to press anything, just hear the click. So yeah, you can do it. So you can try it out. White dot with the white dot, perfect. And then keep going. There you go, you hear the click, perfect. Perfect, perfect. So let's put this on, and this is the lens hood. What do you think is that for?
Totally honest?
You don't know? No worries, no worries. So it's like a hat, right? It's like a hat. Why do I wear a hat? Sometimes, well, because I like it, or because when it's sunny outside, I want to block that source of light coming into my eyes. So if I'm like this, I'm okay. But if I put this and the sun or the source of light is coming, it just covers me, right? So it doesn't make any reflections. The same thing for this. So the red dot here with this red dot. So just red dot with the red dot, and you just twist it and hear the click right there, right? So now let's put the memory card. After you put the memory card, what I recommend is formatting the card. And what that does into your camera is just create a folder inside the memory card, so it knows, you know, all the pictures go in there. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. And let's open this slide here. So let's open this. So you open it. There you go. And then this, put it in the slot number 1. Yeah, so the other way. So flip it, there you go. And then put it until you hear the click. Perfect, that's it. Perfect. That's it. Let me see. Perfect. And you just, perfect, perfect, perfect. So you have a flippable screen here, and we're just gonna turn it on here. So we're turning it on, perfect. It's just telling me, so let's format the memory card. A quick tip to format the memory card is just pressing the menu. So press the menu and then press the garbage can. So press the menu and then the garbage can and leave it pressed. Boom. So it sends you right to that quick access, right? So we format this card and perfect, it's complete. So now the first thing I would do is just check the resolution of the pictures I want to take. So you can take pictures with JPEG, also with RAW in this camera. Did you see here that you be able to put 2 memory cards?
Yeah.
Well, you can use those later for, let's say, if you get another memory card, you can put in one RAW and the other one JPEG, or video in one and video in another one. Let's do RAW and JPEG at the same time, so you have the 2 files of the same picture, okay? So here we go to menu, camera, which is the red, and then it says there JPEG, right? And then the second one says JPEG, RAW, or just JPEG. Right here, yes, the second one, and click on it. So I'm just clicking the middle, and that is it. In whatever JPEG, let's go. This camera is at 33 megapixels. This camera is fantastic for video and photography. So this camera is a hybrid camera. And okay, basically we are good. So I'm going to show you what those buttons are there for, right? So, by the way, you have any questions so far?
I'm more of a person that is listen first, ask questions later.
Okay. Okay.
So for the moment, I still have none.
Okay. No worries. No worries.
They'll
Okay.
eventually come, don't worry.
All right. So let me try to go as simple as I can here. So this is your camera here. So green button on the top. So that means that the camera is in automatic mode. Automatically basically doesn't allow you to change anything, almost anything, because the camera, it do absolutely everything. So if I turn this camera on and point it at you, the camera will do everything. Take a picture, the camera automatically took a picture and focus on your eyes automatically. It's absolutely automatic. So let's say that you want to change a couple things. What does that mean, couple things? Let's put it in P, not for professional, but for program mode. It's still semi-automatic mode. So where the camera will do everything for you, but now you have a little bit of input. So now you can say, I want to change the ISO. Now, why would you want to change the ISO? Is because if we're in a low light situation, the camera is like, okay, I'm gonna take a picture, but I don't see too much light. Now the camera automatic will slow down the shutter speed to be able to, the curtain goes up and down a little bit slower to capture more light, right? But sometimes if you want that subject, if it's moving a little bit, now you're gonna have a blurry picture or blurry subject, a person or a dog or somebody, right? So that's when you say, you know what? I would like to increase my ISO even though it's in semi-automatic. So if you click here on the ISO, then you will be able to see this menu here and you start increasing the ISO. That means that increasing the ISO just meaning increasing the artificial light. ISO is the artificial light. Aperture of the lens is the hole in front of the lens that will open and close, right? And the shutter speed is the curtain protecting the sensor. So the sensor is protected by the shutter speed, by the curtain, by the shutter, and opens and closes. Opens to allow light in and then it closes, all right? So that being said, when we were talking about in P, which is program, it let you do a couple things. It let you change the autofocus points, but also allows you to change the ISO and change the focus format, which is the focus area. So how do you get to this point? This function button is gonna be your friend forever. Function button. So press function button and it's a quick access. It's very, very good. If you are in video, then you have quick access for video. If you have photos, you have quick access for photos, okay? So this is gonna be your friend. Let's go to aperture priority. A, not for automatic, but for aperture priority. So what the aperture priority does, remember I told you the aperture of the lens is the one that you open and close. So if you put it in aperture priority, now you have the power to control the aperture and the camera will put automatically the shutter speed and the ISO, okay? So it's a semi-automatic. When do you need to use this? Well, when your priority is the aperture. Now you can ask me, when my priority is gonna be the aperture? When you want to control the depth of field. So what is the depth of field? The depth of field is the plane of focus of the plane in focus of every picture. So let's say that camera that is recording us is focused only on us, right? So from here to here, this is the plane of focus, right? So whatever is in that plane, like the cameras, us here, the mics, all those gonna be in focus because the plane of focus starts here and finish here. If you go out of that plane of focus, it's going to be out of focus, okay? So that's when you see a picture and the picture is clear, and then you see, oh wow, it has a nice blur background, because the plane of focus is very short, so it's very short. Whatever outside of that plane of focus is going to be blurry. How you achieve that? Opening that aperture. How you know when you open it or closing that aperture? Because of the numbers, the f-stops, right? Now we are f18. The lower the number, the wider it goes. And the wider it goes, the more light you will receive. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so you, by the way, you control the aperture here, right? So you control the aperture at 2.8. So at 2.8, if I focus on my hand, now the blur is a blur background because 2.8, which is a lower number, allow me to get the opening very wide, therefore gets more light, and therefore whatever you focus the background is blurry because the plane of focus get shortened, okay? For a landscape picture that you want to take, you don't want to have that lower number down, you want it higher
number.
Because you want the plane of focus to go deeper, right? From the foreground all the way to the background, because you wanna see all the mountains and everything clear. You don't want blur background or nothing like that. You want to see the mountains. How you achieve that? Well, you just close the aperture, let's say to f11, f13, and that is a very little hole. You're gonna get less light, but most of the time you're gonna put it on a tripod when you're taking pictures of landscapes. So that being said, aperture priority is when you want to control what part of the picture is clear. So for a landscape, then you say, oh wow, I want to close the aperture. So closing the aperture, definitely it will allow me to be everything clear. But in aperture priority, also you want to take a portrait of somebody. Well, you want that person clear and the background out of focus. So when you want to control that, that's when you put it in aperture priority, because you want to control how much clear is the background or not in the photo. Aperture priority. Now let's go to speed priority. So let's go to speed priority. Okay. So in speed priority, you control the shutter speed and the camera control the aperture automatically because that's not your focus. So what is the shutter speed for? What is the shutter of the camera for? Well, it controls motion. So if a car is passing by or somebody's running and you want to freeze them, you want to increase the shutter speed because you are splitting 1 second. You see how here says 1//80. You're splitting 1 second in 80 times. And that's the speed that is opening and closing. So what is this for? Well, you want to freeze something. Well, you have to increase the speed, increase it. So to put more speed. What for? To be able to freeze that image, right? Not all the pictures you're gonna be able to, not all the pictures you want to freeze. Some pictures you want some motion blur to show, like a water coming by in a cascade or something, or you want
when you're like taking pictures of a plaza and you want to show people that are moving.
There you go. And because you see the picture and the picture is telling you something. The picture is like, oh wow, the people is moving. So you're telling story with the pictures, right? So again, we're gonna go in more depth on that, how to take the picture. I just want to tell you now what this is, right? So S for shutter speed, and the shutter speed, of course, the slower you put it, the more motion you're gonna show in the picture. The faster you put it, the less motion and the more stuck the image will be, the more frozen the image, right? So manual, we got to manual. Manual, obviously, you'll be able to control everything on the camera. I shoot in manual, but still the focus is automatic. So don't confuse autofocus with putting manually on the camera here. This manual is referring to shutter speed, aperture, ISO, focus point, all those things. For the camera, you still press halfway and it will engage in autofocus. In autofocus, it will keep tracking the eyes or whatever the camera is set, right? So manual, you do everything.
What are the little numbers? I was about to ask you that.
So the little numbers are preset modes that you put, preset modes. Let's say that you're taking a pictures on the church all the time, inside the church, and it's a challenging situation. You can record all those settings, whatever shutter speed you put, the ISO you put, everything, all the settings on the camera, you can put it in one button, which is number 1, which is very different to a C2, C1, C3, C4. It's different. That C means custom 1, custom 2, custom 3, but the difference is that that custom is gonna go to one part of the camera. Let's say changing the quality of the picture. So when you go to C2, it will change the quality of the picture from lower to medium to high. So one piece of the camera, okay? Whatever you set it at. 1, 2, and 3 is the whole setting of the camera. So when you go to the beach, if you go a lot to the beach, let me put a number 2 because I know those are my preferred settings, okay? And then I can show you later how to put your and record your settings to number 1, number 2, or number 3. So, and that is set. Again, this seems complicated, but it's very simple because as long as you put in automatic, you can just point the camera, take a picture, and the camera automatically will pick up the face and take a picture of the face. And if you're taking people, with these cameras also you can put animals and to track animals and different things. But I know it's a lot of information. So what questions do you have so far?
I don't have questions yet. I'm pretty sure they'll come up eventually as I familiarize myself with the camera. But you're right. It kind of is a lot of take in.
To take in.
All of a sudden, but it's all about practice. Don't worry. That don't worry is more for me than for you.
I'm worried. You gotta learn. No, I'm kidding. You gain that experience little by little. So I think for now, what I would like is that because it takes your attention, like you're interested in landscapes, I would like to start taking landscapes.
Okay.
So I start, you start taking landscapes. This is the lens, by the way. This 28 means, this 28 to 70 means the angle of view. So it's called the focal length, but I don't want to tell you words that you're not going to copy. So this is just the angle of view of the lens. The lower the number, the more wide angle you're going to see, the wider you're going to see. And the more you go to 70, start narrowing down, right? So when you're going to take a landscape, I would suggest that you go
to
28 because you want to see that scenery, right? And then I would suggest to you that start with automatic, take some pictures in automatic, but also then later do A, which is aperture priority, which that means that you can control the aperture and trying to take a picture of f11, f13 in the same scene. I know it's intimidating, but believe me, it is easier than you think. Now, why this camera is better than a cell phone or something? Well, the cell phone where it records the picture to the cell phone is called the sensor, and the sensor size is very small. So the bigger the sensor, you're gonna get bigger image, better quality, better blacks, better whites, better transitions, more details. Everything is better. So in a phone, when you take a picture with your phone, it looks nice in that screen. But pass that screen to your TV or to your computer and do a little bit of zoom in. That's when you're gonna see the quality.
Yeah, I've done it.
And not even talk about the night. The night is even worse with the phone. That's why, if you like photography, a digital camera like this is called mirrorless camera. It is much more relevant and a lot more quality. But you will see when you start playing with the camera. But I think so far,
How do you see me so far? I feel a bit clumsy and a bit nervous. I'm sorry about that.
don't worry. No. Listen, that's okay. And probably that's normal. What do I see you for? No, we haven't done anything yet. I just dump a lot of information on you. So you are absolutely fine. Even if you're nervous or you're trying to learn things, don't worry about it. Just put your guards down and just be comfortable. I encourage you to grab the camera, charge it, and go and trying to take pictures, whatever. Remember, the camera has one eye, you have two eyes. So trying to get different angles, trying to explode that artistic that is inside of you. So thank you so much. Thank you for at least for listening to me. So let's see what you bring and into the next episode. Next episode, we're gonna try to review some of her pictures so I can tell you where you can improve. For now, into the next episode. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. See you soon.